When you think of wars that changed America forever, one name echoes in history: Vietnam. A war not fought for land, but for ideology. A war the United States did not win, despite being the world's most powerful military. This is the story of the swamp that drowned an empire. After World War II, Vietnam was under French colonial rule, but the people wanted independence. A communist leader named Ho Chi Minh rose and led a resistance. After a brutal war, France withdrew in 1954. Vietnam was split into two: Communist North under Ho Chi Minh, and anti-communist South supported by the United States. America feared the domino theory, the idea that if one Asian nation fell to communism, others would follow. So the U.S. sent military advisors to support South Vietnam. But in 1964, the Gulf of Tonkin incident changed everything. The U.S. claimed its ships were attacked, and Congress gave President Lyndon Johnson full authority to escalate. America officially entered the war. U.S. troops arrived by the thousands. But Vietnam was no ordinary battlefield. Thick jungles, invisible enemies, booby traps, underground tunnels, and locals who looked just like the fighters, the Viet Cong, communist guerrillas in the South, that blended with civilians. America responded with overwhelming firepower, bombing villages with napalm and Agent Orange. But every strike created more enemies. Then came the Tet Offensive in 1968. During the Vietnamese New Year, North Vietnam launched a surprise attack across the South, even reaching the U.S. Embassy in Saigon. Though militarily defeated, the images shocked Americans. Public opinion turned. "Are we really winning?" they asked. Protests erupted in U.S. streets. Students marched. Monks set themselves on fire. Reports of massacres and civilian deaths surfaced. President Johnson chose not to run for re-election. Trust in the government collapsed. Richard Nixon became president and promised peace with honor. He introduced Vietnamization, a plan to shift fighting to South Vietnamese forces while withdrawing U.S. troops. But secretly, Nixon expanded the war, bombing Cambodia and Laos. Meanwhile, soldiers on the ground fought a hopeless, unclear war. Morale collapsed. Drug use spread. Soldiers questioned their purpose. In 1973, the U.S. signed a ceasefire and withdrew. But the war didn't end. In 1975, North Vietnamese tanks rolled into Saigon. Helicopters lifted the last Americans from rooftops. South Vietnam fell. Over 58,000 American soldiers died. Millions of Vietnamese perished. The United States lost not only lives, but faith, pride, and its global image. Vietnam changed everything. It showed that military might doesn't guarantee victory, that even the strongest nation can be broken by guerrilla warfare and a determined enemy. From Vietnam, America began to change. A new generation would forever question authority, war, and the meaning of power.